Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. We're talking about Progenity or PROG stock. It is down about 13% on the day as we speak. Highly risky stock. Now the entire stock market is down, right? And what this means is that the riskier assets are going to be going down a bit more. You can look at the statistic, average true range. This is something we were going over on stream. Typically, the assets that have higher average true range, or ATR, those go down a bit more. So with Progenity being more of a volatile asset, and we've seen the volatility in this stock. I mean, it went up from $3 to $6, from $6 now back down to $2.27. So you can't deny Progenity is a very volatile stock. So on red days like today, when there are tons of uncertainty in the market, yes, a stock like Progenity or AMC, BBIG, they're going to come down a little bit more. Now, we can look at Progenity's chart right here and basically get an idea of what's going on. It's been laddering down kind of, right? It's been oscillating between this support line that I drew in right here and then this 50 moving average. So if we're looking for an entry point, it's going to be a bit harder. I'm going to go out to this daily chart. We did get that golden cross today. You guys can see it did cross right here, right? MACD also coming down a bit. It's hard to say when this thing will bottom out. It's going to bottom out at one point. But again, with all of this volatility, it's really difficult to see where this does bottom out. And also, we're going to need some confirmation from the S&P 500 before actually getting back into this, because S&P 500 continues to dip down, then I expect some of these other stocks to come down as well. And just looking at the left side of my screen right here, you guys can see some of these other stocks, and this plays into what I was saying just at the beginning of this video about how the riskier assets, the highly traded assets, the ones that a lot of people are speculating on, those are the ones that do come down during these corrections the most. And you can see Newegg is up here down 20%, Greenidge, Funware, Marathon, and Riot, because they're related to Bitcoin. Let's see, Progenity's up there, METX, Neo, all of these are pretty speculative to say the least. Not all of them, but a lot of them, right? And if we change this to the other way, sorting from high to low, you guys can see that most of the stocks are in fact red, right? But the ones that are up, obviously VXX right there, but not too many. And it's going to be less risky ones that are down a bit more. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious. We have SPY right here, Silver right here, not down too much, Airbnb not down as much. So it's really the riskier assets that do get hit the hardest from this type of news. So that could explain why Progenity is coming down here. There's also been bearish flow in all of that, but overall, market comes down, Progenity comes down a bit harder, and we'll have to see. I think when S&P 500 finally figures out where it's bottoming out here, we can look at SPY right here real quick. That's probably when we do get a little bit of we'll know when Progenity probably finds a bottom. Now, S&P 500 seems like it has triple bottomed out here at around 450, so maybe we do in fact go up from here. It's hard to say. It's hard to say for sure. There's tons of uncertainty in the market right now, so we'll wait for that. But personally, I'm in the boat that the S&P 500 does rebound from here, because I feel like we've dealt with news like this before. It's a lot of things are piling up right now. There's the debt ceiling, there's Omicron, there's the jobs report that was talked about today. So all that's piling up into why this is coming down. But typically, unless it's like a really terrible thing, we do like to bounce off of the 50 moving average right here. Many different times the S&P 500 has done that. So we'll see how this plays out. Monday should be interesting. It's either going to be a very green day on Monday, or the pain will continue. Anyways, looking at the market cipher, market sniper right here on Progenity, it did actually print a green dot right here on the hourly. Usually when it does print these green dots, there is a little bit of a bounce. So you can see a little bit of a bounce right here, a little bit of a bounce right here, and then a little bit of a bounce right here. But when it has bearish money flow, so you see the red money flow on the market cipher, these green dots, they aren't as good. They aren't as good of a signal. So overall, that is not as good. If we go out to the weekly here, I wanted to show you guys this as well. It printed a red dot right here, a red diamond on the weekly, the last red dot was right here in July, and it did actually come down, and it formed a downtrend after that. So that is definitely a risk. The other red dot that it printed right here, it did in fact come down after that. So that is definitely a risk. But again, we did get that golden cross. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. We are kind of in this purgatory right now, not knowing what's going on with the markets, just tons of uncertainty in general. And that could really be what's feeding in to what we're seeing here with progenity right now. If you guys wanted to check out Market Cipher, by the way, I now have a 15% off coupon using code HOOT, so HOOT. So you can check it out if you guys wanted to using the link below in the description. Also, Moomoo, you guys know the deal. You like free money, you like Moomoo, right? You deposit $1, you make an account, deposit $1 up to $3,500 in free stock. So definitely check that out. And they also have this special promotion. You deposit $2,000, get 3 free stocks up to $3,500. So during times of uncertainty in the markets, you can get literally free money. So there you go. That's Moomoo. Looking at the regulation threshold security list right here, you guys can see progenity not on this list. Maybe it comes back on this list, but for now, it is not on this list. No more. Also, BBI Shrinko, not on this list. I just noticed that while making this. PTPI, that's on this list now. FFIE, I like that one a lot. That one's set up pretty nicely. I'll have to do some more due diligence on that one. But yeah, guys, no BBIG, no more progenity on this list. Here we have the Ortex. Ortex is pretty much the same, guys. There's more returned shares than borrowed shares today, so short interest did come down a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. It's basically the same that we've been seeing in the Ortex. 99% utilization, that did come down just a little bit, but again, guys, nothing too crazy. Looking at the short squeeze leaderboard right here, progenity is let's see, where's progenity at? I missed it. 45. So it's actually been moving up here on the leaderboard, and we can see that they have about 400,000 shares available to be shorted. 42% borrow fee, not too terrible right there. And then you have 50% short volume. So the short volume is still very high. We'll see what happens. Apparently today was T plus 35 for tons of failure to delivers. I believe that was this one right here. These failure to delivers, it did not seem to make a huge effect in the stock price of progenity. We'll move over to the flow right here. The flow was also pretty bearish, and I also noticed that this is like the first time the put to call ratio has been coming up, meaning that people are playing puts on this a lot more than calls for pretty much the first time that we've seen in a while. We'll go over that in a second. But right here, it was pretty bearish, guys. Pretty bearish on these puts. It was skewed again by this one call option buyer. Part of a multi-leg strategy, actually. I believe this person owns the underlying as well. But they were selling calls, $3 calls expiring in September of 2022 and buying calls for 1/2022. So it was an interesting strategy to say the least there, but that kind of skews off the data. It was overall pretty bearish. We can pull up the charts right here to look for sure. The bulls are going for 1/21/2021, and the bears are going for a little bit shorter of a time frame. Bulls are going in the money. Bears are also going in the actually this is slightly out of the money right here, and then bears are going slightly out of the money. So maybe if the bull is correct right there, again, it was very skewed with the bulls. It would go over $3 per share. And this has still 57% bearish premium, even with the absolute outlier, which is this $227,000 call that was bought right there. Moving into the historical flow, you guys can see that the call option volume is still at a pretty low level. Put option volume is actually coming up here as of today. It was a bit higher during the huge spike up. But if we go down, we can look at the put to call ratio and how it has changed over time. And this is the first time we're looking at this. Higher put to call ratio essentially means that more puts are being bought in comparison to calls. So you can see it was 36 as of today, which is, or 0.36 as of today, which is pretty high. And especially comparing that to some of these past weeks, I guess it saw on November 10th a high there, but most of the time it's a pretty low, underneath 0.2 in the put to call ratio. So this is the first time we're really seeing over 0.2 consistently in the put to call ratio for progenity, which is definitely a little bit of a risk there. Looking at the biggest options trades of today, you're also seeing a lot more puts being traded beforehand. The bearish bets on progenity, when we were looking at the biggest option trades, most of them would be selling of call options, right? Those would be the bearish bets. It was either someone who's profiting off of it or someone trying to capture some extra premium, right? So now we're seeing a lot more puts being traded, which is also definitely, potentially a risk, right? If more puts are being traded, it might mean the overall sentiment is a bit more bearish. The most active chains here are the January of 2022 call options, $3 strike price, a leap right here. So those were the 200, and these were these two bets right here, right? These two bets were the most active chains. The next ones were the 1210s for the 250 strike, and then the 1210s for the $3 strike. So people are still speculating that there is going to be a bounce in progenity. But at this point, it seems like most of these bounces, until we get some type of catalyst or some other something that will boost the stock price, it seems like all of these little dips up, or not dips up, all these bounces are going to be met with a little bit of a correction. That's just what it seems like based off of the technicals and what we're seeing in the options flow. Looking at the dark pool volume, again, we didn't get anything yesterday. We didn't get anything today. There's dark pool volume, but it's just pretty low overall. Anyways, guys, that's about it for the video. Shout out to the people who are in my live stream right now. I'm actually doing this while live, and it's been a pretty fun day. We did from market open to market close. It's been a bloody day, but yeah, it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. Drop a like on the video if you guys haven't already. Subscribe for more content. Hit that post notification bell down below. We're going to run it back next week. Go live each and every single day, Monday through Friday. Hopefully we can find a bottom here for progenity. But until it seems like we definitely did find a bottom, I'm not going to make any bold claims on progenity. I'm going to bring it how I see it. And right now it's kind of in this little purgatory state where it doesn't know where the bottom is. And people are still trying to figure out whether this is good value or whether they should cut losses or take profits, whatever it may be. So that's about it. Check out Moomoo with that link below. If you guys like free money, make an account, deposit $1, get up to $3,500 in free stock just for signing up, depositing. And yeah, guys, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Peace.